Let's talk about The Idol for a second there, because Sam Levinson's newest TV show isn't really as bad or controversial as everyone is making it out to be. If anything, I would say my biggest criticism of this show is that it's really boring and predictable, with no real stakes in the plot. But because controversy surrounding this show prompted a lot of critics at Cannes Film Festival to write scathing reviews that reflected the sensibilities of a mob on Twitter, now we have a situation where everyone is scared to watch and analyze this show. The story, though, poses interesting questions that I ask myself daily about our modern society. Why is sexualization of yourself framed as progressive? Where is the line that we wouldn't cross for fame and attention? How social issues and victimhood are being weaponized as marketing strategies these days? And how we're fine with exploitation, but only if we are the ones profiting off of it. The character of Jocelyn, played by Lily Rose Depp, is almost a direct homage to Britney Spears. And through her, the writers and director are showing the web of paradoxes and hypocrisies that exist in celebrity culture nowadays. She's a great performer and one very comfortable with taking her clothes off, even when the intimacy coordinator tells her not to. She's also encouraged by her entire team to do so, but the underlying hypocrisy is what we as the audience should take away from this. Her team is very skilled at finding justification for every explicit shot that they are making, framing it as liberating, progressive, and as a victim, but simultaneously crazy, sexy girl, because as one of the characters says, mental health problems are attractive these days. Even bigger hypocrisy of the entire team is revealed when they are confronted with the first problem in the show's narrative. An explicit photo of Jocelyn is leaked online, and they are discussing how to handle it. In that we can see how they are fine with exploiting her and her body, but only when they can monetize it. Whole scene takes place with Jocelyn practicing music video choreography in the background that I wouldn't exactly describe as tame and respectable, or even truly artistic, to be frank. Her team is saying that the leaked photo can hurt them and how they are not comfortable with 14-year-olds buying tickets for an artist with photos like that circulating around. But at the same time, they push for song lyrics, choreography, photo shoot, basically every aspect of production to be exploitative and sexualizing too. Even the camera work is metatextual here, focusing on curves of Lily Rose Depp's body and her moves. It is also important to note that when all of this is happening, no one really talks to her. They only talk about her to each other. She is the performer and not a real person. They discuss her mental health, but none of them go out of their way to ask her how she really feels about this. Instead, they go back to strategy and discussion on how they should frame it online. And again, we get a hypocritical and very cynical take on the celebrity marketing these days. Which should we go for? The victim narrative, or attack everyone online and say they are slut-shaming her? Both these routes are effectively utilized these days to shut down any conversation about the boundaries of sexualization in the media. I think the biggest problem with this show is that it is very metatextual, which means that the treatment of the story and its star reflects the character's struggles. But at the end of the day, I think it is almost impossible to make a story about Hollywood within Hollywood and avoid this cycle of life imitates art. Now, of course, we could probably go without some of the bedroom scenes, but again, then the show wouldn't be making the headlines it does, right? I was religiously following and checking Twitter all day on Monday, and number one trending topic was Lily Rose Depp, her nudity, and people adding it to their spank banks and praising her. So is it really the show that is the problem, or us as a society? Sex is still selling, and the more celebrities use their nudity and even slightest suggestion of it, the more we become indifferent to it. And then the boundaries are being pushed further. Shows like The Idol always existed. It's just now that they became super popular because we've erased any alternatives. Young adults like watching dramas that are about everyday life of beautiful people with romantic storylines and a sprinkle of social issues. But I feel like PC culture destroyed the possibility of those shows being made, labeling any chemistry and attraction and drama between love interests as toxic. That results in a TV landscape that deals with extremes. You either get a show so bland and so PC it's unwatchable, like Gossip Girl reboot, for example, or And Just Like That. Or you get a dark, twisted fantasy that is aiming to be as toxic as possible. It may be marketed as a cautionary tale, but we feel instinctually that it is indulgent. That's why shows like The Idol and Euphoria feel like a depraved fantasy. But my question is, will we stop watching? Will you unfollow celebrities like Kim Kardashian, Megan Fox, or Emily Ratajkowski? Why are we demonizing this show, even though it tries to show us how we shouldn't idolize celebrities because 99% of the time they are horrible people? But we're giving a pass to Euphoria that was much more explicit, much more brutal, and unlike Idol, which is about consenting adults, was about teenagers. Who is the real problem? Director that likes to sexualize women, or the audience that publicly denounces him but secretly loves to watch it? I would offer a third possibility: studios and executives that are erasing healthy romance on screen and leave us with a terrible choice or no choice at all.